Hey everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy, back again. You can tell I'm moving into the winter months because I'm doing more YouTube content. So run up to Christmas, things get a little bit quiet here in the academy. It's also really cold outside, hence my body warmer attire to try and keep me warm. Anyway, new products. For those of you who've been watching my, excuse me, for those who've been watching my videos, I've probably told you that I'm joining forces with Cobra next year. Going to become a fitting centre for them, which is really exciting, and already starting to get through some 2020 product to try and to fit with. And today I'm going to talk to you about the T-Rail Hybrid-Iron set. There's going to be lots of pictures going up as I chat you through the spec. If you're interested in the tech and the spec, this will be about a 4 or 5 minute little chat. If you just want to get to the hitting, advance the video on 4 or 5 minutes. Today is going to be a test at average golf club speeds, whatever average is. Sometimes videos I don't see any sense of me standing there and trying to smash the ball as hard as I can and say, oh, I could hit this 180 yards. Let's try and make this more relative to you who are watching the video, who may be hitting a 7-iron 135 or 150, whatever it might be. So that's my goal today, is to try and make this a bit more relevant to the golfer who may think about purchasing this T-Rail iron. So let's jump right into it, shall we? So the Cobra T-Rail Iron Hybrid Set. Distance and forgiveness. This is all off the Cobra website, so forgive some of the cheesy marketing taglines. Distance and forgiveness, unique iron hybrid to make golf easier. I'm all for that, to be quite honest. I think golf's a difficult game at the best of times, so if we can get something in our hands which makes the game a bit easier, makes it a bit more enjoyable, so it's a win-win, isn't it? The stock set on this is a 4 hybrid and then 5 to pitching wedge, so 7 club makeup. We'll talk about price a little bit later. All hollow heads, so hollow head making them nice and forgiving. We've got the baffler rails. Now, again, if you go back, you see the baffler rails here? Okay, the 2 little rails. Go back to some of the very early Cobra clubs and they launched a hybrid and woods with baffler rails. The idea with these rails is to improve turf interaction from a variety of lies. So, you know, it can get through some semi-rough, it can kind of skid maybe off a very tight lie. So it gives it a little bit more versatility in different conditions. The face, I've seen this before, forged E9 face. I've got a feeling that Mizuno produced either a hybrid or a driver or a fairway using this forged E9. It's very high strength, has variable thickness, so that, you know, they can change the thickness depending on where they want it. All of this is to ensure maximum ball speeds off the face, but also make your off-center hits, so you like heel strikes, toe strikes, a little bit more forgiving. They do hybrids in 4, 5 and 6, and we'll flash up some specs on lofts, and they're all pretty decent lofts actually. And irons go 4 to pitching wedge, gap wedge and sand wedge. So if you're going down the custom fit route, you could go something like traditional 4 hybrid, 5 hybrid, start at a 6 in the iron hybrid, and then blend the sets together. Lots of possibilities. The graphite stock shaft pictures down below somewhere is called the Ultralight 50, and in regular flex that's 55 grams in weight. It's a high launch, high spinning shaft, and that's the shaft I'm going to be using in the test today. The stock steel shaft is an FST Ultralight. Regular flex is 97 grams, and interesting, that's a low launch, low spin, which I don't really quite see how that works, particularly if you're going with a club hybrid which wants to launch the ball high. But anyway, I'm sure there's logic behind that. Who am I to question it? And the stock grip's a bit interesting as well. It's a lambkin grip made for Cobra called the REL, and it's a mid-size, and that's the stock grip, the fitting mid-size as standard, which again is interesting. But if you go down the custom fit, there'll be lots of different grips available. Price-wise, people don't like talking about price, do they, on YouTube for some reason? I don't know why, because it's out there. A steel set, so that's a 7 club set in any mix you want, is $6.99. If you go down the graphite route, 7 clubs is $7.99. So there we go. That's the techie specky bit done. Should we go over and hit some? Come on, let's go. Right, welcome to the man cave hitting area. I've turned the big lights down so we can see the screen a little bit clearer. I have got a number 7 here, which is 30 degrees of loft. As I said over there, I've got this ultralight R-Flex, about 50 grams, can't remember now, somewhere around about there in weight. Length of this is 37¼ inches, so fairly standard in terms of length for these days. I'm going to do a test at variable club speeds, more like regular club speeds, and I hate to pigeonhole people into what regular is, but a lot of golfers that I teach will swing a 7-iron, I don't know, somewhere between 65, 75 miles an hour and carry it like 130 to 140, and that's the sort of thing I'm going to try and recreate. Just to try and make it a bit more relative. I'm on the 3rd hole at the Brabazon on the Belfry golf course, and what I've got is I've got about 140 yards to the flag. It's quite a good pin. It's not a pin you need to shoot at here. You probably need to keep this a little bit right and play conservatively. So let's get in there and have a little go at just trying to control some club speeds for you. Tell you a bit more about the club as we hit it. Pretty good to start with. That's exactly where I'd be trying to hit this, a little bit out to the right, trying to steer away from the trouble. I have set the greens to soft, so there's not a lot of run out on here. Let's get in there and just bring up some data. We'll look at ball speed, if you like, rather than club speed, a bit more accurate on GC2. Swung that at 93 miles an hour ball speed, 122 carry, backspin rate 5,500. Launching at 20 degrees, so nice high launch. The one thing, I did quite a lot of testing on this club before I shot the video, very forgiving. You know, you can catch these out the toe or out the heel and they just go. So, you know, if you're the sort of golfer who does struggle a little bit with consistent strike, there's no doubt that these are easier to hit. Shall we try and increase the club speed a little bit? Let's try and move this up a little bit. No idea what it'll be, but it should be a little bit faster. Well, I've pushed that to the right. I've blocked that one. So ignore the actual direction of it. Let's have a little look at the club speed. It was a pretty awful shot for direction. Club, if you're interested, club got a little bit trapped behind me there, and I just pushed it out to the right with the club face open. That was more, again, just to look at club speed, ball speed. Ball speed's gone up to 105. Carry distance has gone up to 141. And look how we're managing to keep the spin rate up here. 6,500 revs of spin. Often with this type of club, we end up with too little backspin on the ball. So we just can't stop it. So remember, this is a high launching shaft. Should we go couple more? That's just, again, I'm going to try and cut one in here, which should be quite entertaining. Not bad, my attempt of a cut. Again, I'm guessing that's swinging it around about mid-70s. Look how that stopped. Did you see the ball stop on the green there? That was really good. So, club speed round about 74 miles an hour, ball speed at 102, a 137 carry. Look at the backspin. 7,000 revs of spin on that, and that ball hit the green and just checked up, didn't it? I am using Bridgestone balls here, which are quite high spinning. Now, just for a little bit of fun, let me just go after one. This is obviously going to go sailing through the back of the green, but I'm just going to hit one fairly hard for you. I've absolutely smashed that as hard as I can. Feels like the ball's staying up there forever, doesn't it? Super high flight. So ball speed now, I'll bring that one up on screen for you. Ball speed's gone up to 117 miles an hour, carry distance up to 161, backspin 5.7 from 19-degree launch. Excuse me. That's about as hard as I'd want to hit it. So, to sum up, what do we think of this Cobra T-Rail iron set? I think it's very, very interesting club. I think it's a club, if people can get over the fact that they're using a sort of a hybrid iron set, it's definitely a club which could help golfers play better golf, make the game a whole lot easier. But there's going to be some golfers out there who won't go near it because it's untraditional. You know, they won't like the idea of it. But if you want to make the game a bit more fun, which we all do, then definitely worth a shot. So there we go. I've really enjoyed hitting that. Full custom fit available at Cobra fitting centres like me. Give it a go. Anyone tried it? Anyone up for the idea of using a hybrid mix with irons? Let me know what you think. I'd love to see these in short irons, like a wedge or a sandwich. I've no idea what they would look like, so I'll try and get my hands on those. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on that button. I'll be back soon with more videos. All the best. Bye for now.